Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm James. This is my mate Paddy, and we're from Bexley.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. This is my husband Simon, and we're from Christchurch in Dorset.
Couple number three.
I'm Catherine. This is my wife Maria, and we've come from Gloucester today.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Jaya. This is my dad, Raj, and we're from Reading.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Lovely to have you with us. A very warm welcome. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Claiming squatters' rights in the nation's noggin, it's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hello, everybody. Welcome along. Welcome along. 3 returning pairs. Now, we've got the new rule now that people come back for 3 shows rather than 2. No one has done that so far because we only brought it in last time. But we do have 3 returning pairs and good returning pairs as well. There's Paddy and James. They were unlucky. Paddy was 1 letter away from a pointless answer. Scored himself 100 instead. And Catherine and Maria got all the way through to the head-to-head. A very high-quality head-to-head as well, wasn't it? And Alan and Julie got through to that final round. They had a question about kings and queens and popes. And they sort of knew quite a lot, didn't they? And they had Adrian as a pope, which scored 1 point, and David, which was an answer to the kings and queens, which was a pointless answer. But they chose not to go for it, did they not? So they threw away a pointless answer in that jackpot round.
They did, which means, actually, them not winning the jackpot. We start with a jackpot today of £2,750. See, that's exciting. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. As you very well know, it will be the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated, so your job is simply to keep your scores as low as you possibly can. Very best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category today is culture. It's nice. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and our first question concerns C's in art. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 7 questions on each board. The answers are all 1 word, and all those words begin with C.
There we are.
Bit of culture. That's nice, isn't it? A bit of culture.
Nice.
Yeah, it makes a change.
Yeah. It does. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, OK, so we're looking for the answers to these. They all begin with C. And here's our first board of clues. 7 of them coming up. We've got black, crumbly drawing material, traditionally made by heating wood in the absence of air. Surname of the US-born sculptor and printmaker known for works such as her 1952 lino-cut sharecropper. Item of furniture and the title of an 1888 Van Gogh painting acquired by the National Gallery in 1924. Fine art auction house that moved to its London headquarters at 8 King Street, St James's in 1823. Surname of the artist with the first name Paul, born in Aix-en-Provence in 1839, who painted Les Grandes Baigneuses. Italian term meaning light dark, used in the visual arts to refer to the treatment of light and shade. And finally, surname of the UK Prime Minister, who was the subject of a controversial 1954 portrait by Graham Sutherland. There we are. James.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, James.
Yeah, so I've just finished my Masters and just looking for work at the moment.
Very good. What sort of things interest you?
I'm really into cooking, like in my spare time, and climbing as well. They're my 2.
Cooking
C's
and climbing.
as well.
Cooking and climbing, both begin with C as well.
Yeah, both
I mean,
begin with
it's just
C.
mad.
You can combine those, couldn't you? That's a blog no one's done.
Cooking on a rock face.
The climbing cook or the cooking climber.
Cooking climb.
I think the climbing cook.
With a little primus stove and a rope and a hat, obviously. Whatever they call those. Hard hat.
Oh, hard hat, yeah.
Hard hat.
No, a chef's hard hat.
A chef's hard hat. What are you going to go for, James?
I'm going to go for the Prime Minister one and go for Chamberlain.
The bottom one?
Yeah.
Chamberlain, 1954. Let's see if that's right. Chamberlain. Ooh, I'm afraid not Chamberlain.
Sorry, we had that trouble on the last show, didn't we, with politicians? Yeah, unfortunately, he was a Prime Minister. It does begin with C, but not the answer to that question.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Simon, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
Hi, I'm Simon. I'm from Christchurch in Dorset. I'm an actuary and I work for an insurance company.
Tell me exactly what an actuary is.
I suppose if an accountant counts beans, an actuary works out how many beans you'll need in like 30 or 40 years' time.
Oh, that's a good explanation. No one's explained it. That's good, isn't it?
I tell you what, on the climbing chef,
Yeah.
we're going to need a lot of beans, aren't we?
Yeah, but how many?
Well, that's where you're going to come in, Simon, because
I've got a reasonable daily rate to
what, in beans.
employ me.
Okay, yeah, good. You're on. You're on. Okay, now Simon, things beginning with C, from the world of art. What's leaping out at you there?
I think I will go with the Van Gogh chair.
Chair. Chair. So Simon, let's see if that is right for the Van Gogh. How many of our 100 people said it? It is chair. Down it goes to 43. Very well done.
Yeah, you got a painting of his chair and of Gauguin's chair, because they used to work together and they're supposed to hang side by side. His is much simpler than Gauguin's.
So now, Catherine, welcome back.
Hello.
Good to have you with us again. Remind us all about yourself.
Well, my name's Catherine. I live in Gloucester, but I'm originally from Northern Ireland. And I work as an apprentice economist with the Civil Service.
How long before you are just an economist with the Civil Service?
Ideally 4 years. Depends how well I do.
You might get fast-tracked.
No.
OK. Now, Catherine, what are you going to go for on our board here?
I think I will go for the surname of the UK Prime Minister and say it's Churchill.
Churchill, says Catherine. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Churchill. It's right. 43 is our low score, and you pass it. 34 is what you end up with.
Well played, Catherine. Nicely done. Lovely to see the dawning realisation on James's face that there was an even more famous UK Prime Minister whose name began with C.
Began with a C. Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, Jaya, welcome back. Good to have you with us again. Remind us all about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Jaya, and I'm from Reading, and I'm a wine manager.
That's the bit we wanted to get to, the wine management, the management of wine. Do you go to the wine sources?
I have been, actually, yes. So it's been pretty great. I get to go to vineyards, and I've been to Italy and France, just looking at grapes and trying wine.
When you try wine, do you...
All of it.
Yeah,
yes,
OK.
Sniff, swell,
There's none of this sort of nonsense of the spittoon, no.
Oh, you have to do the spittoon.
Oh, you have to do the spittoon.
If you're trying like 30 wines, you've got to use a spittoon.
I keep telling you that. He will not listen.
OK, now, Jaya, this board is all yours. Do you want to fill in all those blanks for us?
I would love to be able to fill in all of them, but I'm afraid I can't. So I think I know the black crumbly drawing material as charcoal. And that's it, I'm afraid.
OK, charcoal. Let's see how many of our 100 people said charcoal. Charcoal is absolutely right, and down it goes to 54.
Well played, Jay. Let's take a look through the rest of this board, shall we? See how cultured we are feeling today. The second one down is the hardest one on the board, actually. Very well done if you knew it. It's Elizabeth Catlett. 1 point for that. Very well done if you said it. The fine art auction house?
Christie's.
Christie's. What scored you 25? The artist?
Cézanne.
14 points. And do you know the Italian term?
Chiaroscuro.
And chiaroscuro.
Chiaroscuro.
6 points for that. So Catlett, best answer on the board. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 34, look at that. Catherine and Maria straight out of the traps there with a nice low score. We travel up to 43, which is where we find Simon and Lindsay. Then up to 54, where we find Jaya and Raj. And then I'm getting déjà vu here, James and Paddy. We were in the same sort of position this time, halfway through the last round, I think. Yeah. There we are on 100. A nice low score in the next round could just, maybe, you never know. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more clues up on the board, and here they come. We have got word before gate in the title of an Anish Kapoor sculpture unveiled in Chicago's Millennium Park in 2004. Blue pigment that shares its name with the 27th element of the periodic table. Surname of the Impressionist with the first name Mary, known for the 1878 work Little Girl in a Blue Armchair. Originated by Picasso and Braque, This style of art takes its name from a solid shape with 6 square faces. Country in which the artist and activist Ai Weiwei was born in 1957. Surname of the Suffolk-born painter whose 1821 painting The Hay Wain is in the National Gallery. And Tate St Ives and Penley House are in this historic county in southwestern England. There we are. Raj, welcome back. Good to have you with us again. Remind us all about yourself.
I'm 58, I'm retired. I love going to concerts and also love travelling.
What did you do before you retired, Raj?
I used to be a management consultant for the Royal Mail.
Now, Raj, you are on 54. If you can score 45 or less with this answer you're about to give, you're automatically into round 2.
I want to go for, I think, surname of the Suffolk-born painter. I think it's Constable.
Constable, says Raj. Here is your red line. Let's see how close to that red line we get with Constable. It's right. You've done it. Look at that. Straight away. 40 for Constable takes your total up to 94.
Well played, Raj. It's interesting, that thing about art. The Hay Wain now would be one of those things that we would hold up as an example of very traditional art. And, you know, what on earth is this modern art? You know, why don't people do paintings like the Hay Wain? But at the time, that was very, very radical because it was very sort of rough and it was an unusual technique and people thought it looked unfinished. So at the time, he was a modern artist and incredibly radical and people thought it was outrageous. Goes to show, doesn't it?
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Maria.
Hello.
Maria, welcome back to Pointers. Remind us about yourself.
Yes, I'm Maria. I'm 29 and I'm originally from Southampton and I work for a county council.
Am I allowed to ask which department you are in the county
I work
council?
in public health.
In public health. Good. And your interests outside the realm of public health are?
We like going on holiday camping with our dog and hiking in the wilderness around the UK.
Very good. Maria, there you are. You're on 34. If you can score 65 or less, you're through to the next round.
I know a couple. I guess which is more likely to be under 65? The country in which the artist and activist Ai Weiwei was born, China.
China, says Maria. Let's see how many of our 100 people said China. Here's your red line. China is right. Very well done. Down to 30 takes your total up to 64. Very strong indeed.
Well played. Probably still most famous over here for his sunflower seeds that were in the turbine hall of the Tate. There were 100 million of them, and every single one was hand-carved and painted in Chinese studios.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Lindsay. Love to see that Jack Russell there. Very, very nice. Tell us all about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Lindsay. I'm a stay-at-home mum of 2 little boys, which keeps me very busy.
What are your boys called?
Well, you'll be pleased to know that one of them is called Alexander.
Oh, this is the second one. I know what the second one's going to be called.
Yes.
Oh, that is so touching. Go on. Go on.
It's a little bit on the nose. It's Magnus. Sorry, Richard. We went a different direction with the second one. We thought, like, Alexander and Richard was just a little bit too obvious, as we are massive Pointless fans. So
There we are. That's nice.
perfect.
Yeah, Alexander and Magnus. Hi, Alexander. Hi, Magnus. Now then, Lindsay, you're on 43, which means 56 or less keeps you in the game. What are you going to go for?
Okay. I think I know a couple of them. I'm just not sure which one to go for. I think the fourth one down originated by Picasso and Braque. I'll say Cubism.
Cubism, says Lindsay. Here is your red line. Can you get below this with Cubism? Let's find out. It's right. And you're through. Down it goes to 22, taking your total up to 65.
Yeah, very nicely done. Taken from a review of Braque in the early 20th century. Someone said it just looks like it was composed of little cubes.
He said, I have that.
Yeah, oh yeah, lovely.
Yeah, I like that.
Or cubism, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I meant that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to look like that. Clever.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Paddy. Welcome back. Lovely to have you here again. Remind us all about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Paddy, currently working in the bank in the City of London. And yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
Yeah, so since university, so the last 3 years.
OK, right. Now, Paddy, I've got grave news.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you are on 100. You are our high scorers, even before you've given your brilliant answer. This board's all yours, though, Paddy. Talk us through it.
OK, so the first one, I've no idea, but guess Chicago Gate. And then blue pigment, also an element of periodic table. I'd probably guess calcium. So to Tate St Ives, it would be Cornwall, I believe. But I think I'm going to go for the blue pigment and go calcium.
Calcium, says Paddy. Calcium. Let's see if that's right. No red line for you, as you are the high scorers. No. I'm afraid not calcium. That scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 200.
Yeah, not calcium, I'm afraid. Do you know the answer
Copper.
to that one? Not copper, cobalt.
Of course, lovely.
Cobalt. Well, I don't know if you said
Oh, I
that
see.
at
So you were
home.
meant to know it was the 27th element.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's clever.
20 points for that. Now, the word before gate in that Anish Kapoor sculpture is cloud. Cloud gate. Very well done if you said that. We would have scored 4. The surname of the Impressionist?
I'm afraid I don't know that.
Cassatt. Mary Cassatt. 1 point for that. Well done if you said that. And you're absolutely right. Cornwall down the bottom there. Would have scored you 49 points, though. But Paddy and James now make pointless history.
Ah, yes.
First pair ever to be coming back for a third show.
Yeah.
Because we now have people back for 3 shows.
Yeah.
And so we're going to see him again next time, and that's the first time it's ever happened.
Well, listen, here we are at the end of this round. We're going to say goodbye to you, but we will see you again. Thank you very much for playing, Paddy and James. Next time, I feel it's got head-to-head and beyond written all over it. Paddy and James. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. And there we are, suddenly down to 3 pairs. Well, Catherine and Maria, hats off to you. Lovely low scores from you. And everyone else, pretty good. Our category for round 2 today is honoured people. Can you all decide on your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns 2020 New Year's honours. Richard.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the faces now of 16 people who were honoured in the New Year's Honours List 2020. Can you name any of these people, please?
Thank you very much indeed. As Richard just said, we're going to put up 16 faces. They will remain up for the whole round. OK, let's reveal the faces of the 2020 New Year's honorees. There we go. I shall give you a moment just to absorb. OK, Simon.
Hello. Sorry, I'm terrible at faces. This is like my worst nightmare. But I hope that is the fantastic Floella Benjamin.
Floella Benjamin.
Hope it is.
Floella Benjamin, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It is Floella Benjamin. Down that goes to 24. Very well done indeed, Simon.
Yeah, nicely done, Dame Floella Benjamin. Now, of course, rightly so.
Rightly so indeed.
She was made a dame in 2020.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Maria.
Hello. I can't name many people on this board, but at the bottom there, I think, is Nadia Hussein.
Nadia Hussein, says Maria. Let's see how many of our 100 people spotted Nadia there. It's right. Down to 8. Very well done indeed.
Yeah, she was made an MBE, Nadia Hussein, in this year's honours list.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, now, Raj.
There's a few there that I do know. I think I'm going to go for Steve McQueen.
You're going to go for Steve McQueen. Let's
Director,
see
yeah.
how many of our 100 people said Steve McQueen. Steve McQueen is indeed up there. And down that goes to 5. Very well done indeed, Raj. Best score so far.
That was beautifully done, Raj. Very well done. Steve McQueen, the film director, got a knighthood. Sir Steve McQueen.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 5, the best score of the past, Raj. Well done to you. 8 is where we find Maria and Catherine. 24 is where we find Simon and Lindsay. So, Lindsay, a little bit of pressure on you to find a nice low-scoring answer still on the board when we get back to you. So good luck with that. Let's come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Jaya,
Hello.
what are you going to go for?
I'm really glad my dad got a low answer because I feel like anything I'm going to say is going to be quite high. I'm going to go with Gokwan.
Gokwan. says Jaya. Here is your red line. If you can get below that with Gokwan, you're straight through to the head-to-head. Let's see how many of our 100 said Gokwan. Gokwan is right. Down that goes 56. Not bad at all. 61, your total.
Yeah, Gokwan MBE to be precise these days. That's big name recognition though for Gok, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I mean, it's distinctive
Yeah.
look, I suppose, but it's a big old score for Gok.
Good for him. Excellent. Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Catherine. There you are. You're on 8. If you could score 52 or less, head-to-head awaits.
I don't know if I should play it safe or not, given the numbers. I'm going to go with the top left corner, June Sarpong.
June Sarpong says, Catherine, here is your red line. Can you get below that with June Sarpong? Let's find out. It is June Sarpong. You are through to the head-to-head for the second time. And that goes down to 3. Very well done indeed. Taking your total up to 11.
Well played, Catherine. Lovely. June Sarpong made an OBE. She's very high up at the BBC now as well. June Sarpong, very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Lindsay. 36 or less is what you need to be scoring. If you want, you could talk through any of the faces you know.
Well, top row, that's Elton John, I think, but I think he'll be too high a score. Ainsley Harriott on the bottom row there. Again, probably too high. I'm not sure on that third row if that's Roger Taylor from Queen, but I'm not exactly 100% on that one. I think top right is Gabby Logan, but I don't know. I think besides, in between her and Elton, is Steve Backshall. So I think that's going to be my answer on the hope of getting a better score.
Steve Backshall.
Yeah.
OK, let's see if that is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Steve Backshall. Here is your red line. It's right. And you're through. Very well done indeed. Down goes to 12. Takes your total up to 36. Fantastic. That's exactly what we needed from you.
Very nicely done. Talked us through the board very nicely there as well. I think he looks a little bit like Cliff Richard there, Steve Backshall.
He does look a bit like Cliff
Because he
Richard.
doesn't in real life look like Cliff Richard,
No,
I'll say
no.
that. 12 points. You were right to avoid Elton John. Sir Elton would have scored you 83. Gabby would have seen you through as well. Gabby Logan would have scored you 23. Now, do you know this next gentleman? He's a pointless answer.
It's obviously not, but it could. I mean, that could be the Marks of Bath. It could be David Bowie in a film role.
This is not.
It could be.
It's a playwright and director, Christopher Hampton. There's a pointless answer, so very well done. If you said that,
yeah.
Jay Jones would have scored you 4 points. Well done if you said Jay Jones. If you'd said Roger Taylor, you'd have been quite right. Would have scored you 6 points as well. Would have been a lovely answer.
He looks a bit alarmed there, Roger.
Yeah, well, at least he's seen a few things, Roger Taylor. Talking to people who've seen a few things, Wendy Craig. Yeah, boy, oh boy. Wendy Craig would have scored you 14. Another pointless answer here.
The author, Rose Tremaine.
Rose Tremaine, absolutely right. Very well done if you said Rose Tremaine. Nothing at all. Bottom row.
Ben Stokes.
Ben Stokes would have scored you 12. You're quite right about Ainsley. He would have scored you too many points as well, actually. He did well to avoid Ainsley. He would have scored you 47. And another pointless answer, the England footballer Jill Scott. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, that brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say goodbye to another pair. Jaya and Raj, I'm afraid it is you again we say goodbye to. It's been lovely having you on. We'll see you again next time. Anyway, thank you very much for playing, Jaya and Raj. For the remaining 2 pairs, though, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Catherine and Maria, Simon and Lindsay. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,750. But before we play the head-to-head, let's see if we can't boost that jackpot by finding some pointless answers. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many bones in the human body as they could. Richard.
Yeah, 6 bones on the board. 4 of them are real. 2 of those are pointless. Don't forget, though, there's a couple of red herrings up there, which are incorrect answers. If you give us a pointless answer, we'll add £250 to that jackpot. Of course, you can all help each other. Catherine and Maria on the last show. 2 pointless answers last time, weren't there?
Very nice indeed. OK, yes, good luck. We're looking for the pointless bones out of these 6. Here we go. Sphenoid, hamarta, hyoid, elagabalus, vernoli, and sacrum. There we are. 6 bones. 2 of them pointless bones, 2 of them bad bones. What are you going to go for?
Okay.
Catherine
Do you
and
know any
Maria.
of them?
No.
Elagabalus was like
Elagabalus.
a Roman emperor, wasn't he? Like the.
Oh.
Wow.
That was...
He might have
I
had a
don't
bone
know.
named
I
after
mean-
him, though.
But again, he might have had a bone named after him.
They
Yeah.
have lots of stuff named
Sphenoid
after
rings a
them.
bell, but it might not be because it's a bone. It might be because it's something else.
Okay. Venol.
Sure.
We're going to go for Venol.
Venole, say Catherine and Maria. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Venole. No! A bad bone, not a bone at all. So we come to you, Simon and Lindsay. What are you going to go for?
Should we go for
Hamate.
Hamate?
We'll say Hamate.
Hamate.
'cause you said it
Hamate.
like that, yeah.
Hamate. Let's see if that is a pointless bone. How many of our 100 said Hamate? Well, it's a bone.
Right.
Still going down. Oh, it is pointless. Very well done indeed. Very well done indeed. Hamate. Richard.
Very nicely done, yes. The hamate, and it's a carpal bone in your wrist.
the hamate.
Yeah,
Not
very
the
well done.
hamate.
And you're quite right about Elagabalus as well, Roman emperor rather than a bone. So he would have been an incorrect answer. Venole is a village in Puglia in Italy, on the heel of Italy. Now, all these are bones. Which of those do you think might be pointless?
Let's say hyoid.
Hyoid would have scored you 1 point.
Ah.
The pointless answer is the sphenoid, which is in your cranium, it's in
sphenoid.
your skull. That was would have scored you nothing at all. And the sacrum would have scored you 1 point.
Well, there we are. I'll tell you what's exciting, though. You've managed to find one pointless answer, which means you've added £250 to the jackpot, which means the jackpot now stands at a lovely round 3,000 quid. See, that's nice. But who'll be paying for it? Let's find out in the head-to-head. The first pair, as always, to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you're now allowed to confer. Here comes your first head-to-head question, and it's all about
Flags.
giants. Richard.
Yeah, simply 5 clues, the answers or questions that all have something to do with giants.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 giant clues. Giant's Causeway is a UNESCO World Heritage rock formation in this home nation of the UK. The Giants' Major League Baseball team relocated from New York to this Californian city in 1958. Band who had a 2019 UK #1 album with giants of all sizes. Philistine giant slain by David in the Bible. And the actor who is posthumously Oscar nominated for his role in Giant, the final film of his career. There we are. Now, Catherine and Maria, you go first.
Do you know any of these?
Well, I know the top one.
Yeah.
There's, I don't know. Do you want to for the top one? I know it's definitely right.
Yeah. We're going to have to go for the top one. Giant's Causeway is in Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland, say Catherine and Maria. Now then, Simon and Lindsay, talk us through the rest of that board.
Oh, well, David slayed Goliath, didn't he? So, but do we know any of the other ones?
Do you want to guess for the? No, guessing.
Do you have any idea for the film?
No.
Yeah, we'll have to go for Goliath then.
OK, you're going to
please.
go for Goliath. So we have Northern Ireland and Goliath. Catherine and Maria went for Northern Ireland, the home country in which you find the Giant's Causeway. Northern Ireland is right. 31 for Northern Ireland. Meanwhile, we've got Goliath in the blue corner. Let's see if that is right for the giant that was slain by David. Let's find out how many people said Goliath. Goliath is right, and it goes down to 69. There we are. Very well done, Catherine and Maria. An early lead after 1 question. It's up 1-0.
The Giants' Major League Baseball team are relocated to San Francisco. That would have scored 8 points. Do you know the band?
I think it's Elbow.
It is Elbow. Well done. It's the best answer on the board. Would have scored you 3 points. And the actor, well, this film starred Rock Hudson. It also starred Elizabeth Taylor, but the role of Jet Rink was played by James Dean. That's your answer, James Dean. 23 points for that.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, now here comes your second question. Simon and Lindsay, you get to answer it first, but you have to win it to stay in the game, so best of luck. Our second question today is all about Judi Dench films. Richard.
Yep, going to show you 5 stills now from films starring Dame Judi Dench, but can you recognise any of these films, please?
Thank you very much. Let's reveal the 5 images, and here they come. A, B, C, D, and E. There we are. 5 stills from Judi Dench films, Simon and Lindsay. What are you going to go for there?
Do you know the last one? Do you know what it is? Yeah, do you know what it is? It's called Sure. Okay, we think we know a few of them, but we're going to go for E, which is, we think, is Philomena.
Philomena, say Simon and Lindsay. Philomena. Now, Catherine and Maria, what are you going to go for?
Yeah, that was going to be our one too. Where A is Cats, B is Skyfall. Do you know the others?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Wouldn't even know what to guess for the others. So we'll go Skyfall for B.
OK, Skyfall B. In the order they were given, Simon and Lindsay have gone for Philomena. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Philomena. Philomena is right. That goes down to 9. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Catherine and Maria have gone for Skyfall for B. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Skyfall. Skyfall is right. Down there goes to 27. Well done, Simon and Lindsay, back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Yeah, another good head-to-head you found yourself involved with here. Let's take a look through the rest of these. There's one answer that would have beaten Philomena. It is not A. That is a big scorer, Cats. It would have scored you 79 points. It's not D either. That's Billy Connolly and Judi Dench in Mrs. Brown. Would have scored 17. But a pointless answer here. Anthony Hopkins and Judi Dench in 84 Charing Cross Road. Very well done if you recognise that.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, now here comes your 3rd question. This is the decider. Whoever wins this goes through to the final to play for that £3,000 jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our 3rd question today is all about there's no phrases.
Yep, 5 phrases or proverbs here that begin there's no, but we've missed one word out of each of them. Whichever team gives us the most obscure answers going through to play for the jackpot. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much. OK, let's reveal the 5 clues. Here they are. There's no A for taste. There's no little E. There's no such thing as a free L. There's no R road to learning. And there's no S without fire. There we go. So, Catherine and Maria will go first.
Yep, we'll go for the top one. There's no accounting for taste.
There's no accounting for taste. Simon and Lindsay, what are you going to go for?
Do we know? We know, like, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Yeah, but that's 2. And then there's no smoke without fire. But I think they might be. Do you know the 2nd one or the 4th one? Because they would be better. Have you got any idea? There's no right road to learning, or do you think? Is that what we're saying?
Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Okay.
Right.
There's no
Right
right road
road
to learning.
to
That
learning.
doesn't sound right.
OK,
but,
right
we'll give it a
road.
go.
No accounting for taste. There's no right road to learning. Well, Catherine and Maria have gone for there's no accounting for taste. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. It's right. 52. There's no right road to learning. I mean, that sounds kind of...
plausible.
I'm sure I've heard people say that. Let's find out. There's no right road to learning. Is that right?
No, sadly.
No. Turns out
It sounded right.
that's not the right road.
Can we start
I'm
saying it now,
afraid.
though?
Well, yeah, I've already adopted it. But, yeah. But it means very well done indeed. Catherine and Maria, after 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, very, very nice. You had to go for it because the 2 you knew were much too high. So well done for doing that. The ones you knew, there's no smoke without fire. That would have scored you a pretty hefty 87, and no such thing as a free lunch. It's also a big scorer. That would have scored you 78. Now, there's no R road to learning. This comes supposedly, at least it alludes to the story of King Ptolemy
Of
and,
Egypt.
Of Egypt. And Euclid was talking to him, and King Ptolemy asked Euclid if he could make geometry any simpler. And he said he couldn't. There is no royal road to learning. No royal road to learning.
It's better than Ring Road, which is I thought. So there you go.
I thought it was Ring Road as well. When I looked at it, I thought, does that make sense?
Ring Road? Not quite. Yeah.
And now, do you know this one? There's no little
No.
enemy. There's no little enemy. And that would have scored you 3 points. So no royal road to learning is the best answer on the board.
Thank you very much indeed. The pair leaving us, I'm afraid, at the end of the head-to-head round, Simon and Lindsay, it's you. But this is just your first bite at the Pointless Cherry. So, I mean, you're going to be so bored of us by the time your Pointless career finishes. But listen, very well done getting this far. We'll see you again next time. Simon and Lindsay.
Thank you.
But for Catherine and Maria, it is now time for the Pointless Final. Congratulations, Catherine and Maria. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless Trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £3,000. Well, very, very well done. What would you like to see come up today?
Politics again.
Geography,
Geography.
literature.
Yeah, literature.
OK. Well, as always, you get to choose the category from the 4 we put up on the board. Let's hope there's something you like the look of today. We've got Oliver Cromwell, Cherries, New Wave Greatest Hits, and Tennis Career Grand Slam Winners. It's not exactly what you asked for, is it?
Yeah, that was pretty close, yeah.
Okay, I don't know anything about Oliver Cromwell, really.
No need to.
Cherries could be a whole range of things.
Should we go for tennis?
Yes,
Do you remember?
I think so.
Okay.
We'll go for tennis, please.
OK, we can go for Tennis Career Grand Slam Winners.
OK, very best of luck. We're looking for anyone beaten by any of the following 3 players on their way to winning a Grand Slam title, please. So anyone beaten by Andre Agassi, anyone beaten by Chris Evert, or anyone beaten by Maria Sharapova. So 3 different eras there. Anyone beaten by one of those players on their way to winning one of their Grand Slam titles, please.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot of £3,000 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
So I'm thinking Maria Sharapova.
Okay, let's go for that.
Gabi Muguruza, maybe.
Beaten by Maria Sharapova. Yeah.
Well, maybe.
All
I don't know. Ashley Barty, maybe. Petra Kvitova. These all might be too recent, but Maria Sharapova is still quite active, right?
Yeah, she's relevant.
Okay. Who else? Female tennis players. Why is my mind going blank?
All I can think of is Maria Bueno.
Simone Halep, maybe?
Oh, she's way too recent for Maria Sharapova, right?
I don't know.
Sorry, I'm not presenting the solutions.
Venus Williams, maybe.
Yeah.
Yana Konta's quite recent, but she might have...
10 seconds left.
I think the 3 that you said at the start seem to be the most likely, based on the era. What do you think?
Okay. Okay.
You know, I'll defer.
OK, that is your time up. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Let's have your 3 answers. And also, if you could say which category you're answering.
Of course. They're all players beaten by Maria Sharapova, hopefully. Gabin Muguruza.
Gabina Muguruza,
Petra Kvitova.
Petra Kvitova,
And Venus Williams.
and Venus Williams. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Muguruza.
Muguruza will put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Venus Williams.
Venus Williams. And Kvitova goes in the middle. OK, very good. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Venus Williams, Petra Kvitova, and Gabina Muguruza. There we are. Very, very best of luck. Now, if one of these turns out to be pointless and you win that jackpot of £3,000, what would you like to do with it, Catherine?
Well, we've just bought a house, and it needs to be livable, so that will go towards making it slightly nicer. And maybe buy a turtle.
Of course.
That's news to me.
Of course. Well, Maria, your turn.
Housing this turtle. Yes, yeah, we have sparrows living in the walls and all the electrics need redoing, so probably all of it will just go on the house, really.
Okay, very good. Well, very, very best of luck. Wouldn't it be great if one of these answers won that for you? Your first answer was Venus Williams. Let's see how many of our 100 people named Venus Williams as a player beaten by Maria Sharapova on her way to a Grand Slam victory. Venus Williams. Oh, no! Oh! An incorrect answer, as it turns out. So let's move swiftly on to your next answer, Petra Kvitova. Let's find out if she is correct. Also, let's find out how many of our 100 people said Petra Kvitova for £3,000. Petra Kvitova is absolutely right. Venus Williams turns out to be a wrong answer. Kvitova now takes us down through the 20s, into the teens, into single figures. Down we go with Kvitova, still going down to 1. That is a fantastic answer. OK, we're within touching distance of that £3,000 jackpot. Let's see if your final answer, Gabina Muguruza, can win that for you. If she is pointless, we'll win you £3,000. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Gabina Muguruza. That's right. Your first answer, Serena Williams, was incorrect. Your second answer, Petra Kvitova, was absolutely right. Took us down to 1. Now Gabina Muguruza takes us down through the single figures, passing 1. You've done it! Very well done indeed. Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Gabina Muguruza was a pointless answer, which means you are going home with today's jackpot of £3,000. Fantastic.
That's terrific work. Very well done. Very well done. Yeah, you know a few names and the right things came up, so brilliantly done. Very well deserved after 2 great shows as well.
Thank you.
Let's take a look, shall we, at the pointless answers in the different categories. See if you've got some of these at home. We'll start, shall we, with Andre Agassi. You could have had Carlos Moya, Mark Philippoussis, Michael Stick, Evgeny Kafelnikov, Medvedev, Arnaud Clement. You could have had Herbati, Thomas Muster, Todd Martin, Wayne Ferreira. Loads of answers there. We move on now to Chris Evert. Andrea Jaeger, a pointless answer. Gabriela Sabatini as well. Helena Sukova, Zina Garrison. Again, lots and lots of pointless answers there. Wendy Turnbull, a pointless answer there as well. And finally, on to Maria Sharapova, some of the more modern names here. Amanima Resmo, Anki Offathong, the British player. There's Gabina Muguruza, Lee Nar as well. Ivanovic, you could have had. Yelena Yankovic, Sam Stozer. Loads of pointless answers there as well. Well done if you got one at home, and congratulations in the studio.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. And thanks once again to our winning players, Catherine and Maria, who go away with today's jackpot of £3,000. Brilliant. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.